Hello everybody! It is time for our pop-up Facebook Live. I'm Joanne Rogers of Design with Jo, and I've been designing with you in mind since 1999. And today I am coming to tell you all about what I learned in the last few hours, and it has been a crazy last few hours, about the color refresh that Stampin' Up! Is bringing out in our next catalog, and also what's being retired, what I'm losing off of my pile of things, and there's some really surprising things on here. So I'm not going to take too much of your time. I want to tell you a little bit about the whys and wherefores of the color, how Stampin' Up! Plans for it and thinks about it. And I want to show you, at least in paper, because on paper, because I don't actually have anything in my hot little hands yet, which is going to kill me until I get it there. I'm just going to show you some things about what our new color collections are going to look like, what is retiring, what's returning, what is brand new, and then what all the color families are like moving forward. And then I also we're going to bid a fond farewell to a bunch of different things. And if you are noticing behind me here, so I just keep all of my current stuff right here. And it's almost not quite a big enough shelf, but I have pulled everything off of there that is being retired. Either retired in the annual catalog or retired in this current mini catalog, the one that ends at the end of April. And that's all I have left for stamps. So there's a lot of stuff that's going in this one. And as I said, there's going to be some surprising things for you, I'm sure. And I'd love to hear your comments. And let me just make sure I'm in the right place. It looks like it. Let me know where you're watching from. So where are you watching this from? What kinds of thoughts do you have? If you are a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would ask that you just hold your thoughts about maybe things that you might know until we all know them, so that everybody can find out at the same time. It's going to be exciting. So, okay, I'm going to make sure I'm in the right spot. My question on my live, was that only yesterday? Yes, only yesterday afternoon, was for you. What color could you care less if it was retired? You really don't like it. You never use it, and we had some really interesting colors come out that I thought, oh, I actually like that color. Now my question for you is, what is the color that you don't want to go? You use it all the time. The color that is your favorite to use. It's your go-to color that you always pick up. Put it into the comments. What color would you be really, really, really upset or sad if Stampin' Up! Got rid of it? So I'm saying all that, and I'm not making sure that I'm in the right place. So let me just go ahead and do that right now. I think I am. Hold on here. I want to make sure that I am live. I'm sorry, you're getting the side, you're getting my lovely ear view there as opposed to the me view. I have to just refresh my screen. And we have some Balmy Blue, some Blackberry Bliss, we have Pacific Point. So yes, if you are coming on, please try not to share, because we want it to be, and you're a demonstrator, try not to share, just because we want it to be a surprise for everybody. Okay, so I can see that I'm in the right place finally. So I'm going to point you down. The first thing I'm going to talk about are the colors. So just to give you just a little bit of a overview of how Stampin' Up! Decides that they are going to change out colors. Now, the first really interesting thing is that this has been 2 years in the making, 2 years ago. So at 2 years ago, Stampin' Up! Knew that they were doing color refresh, and they knew what colors they were going to be refreshing to. So I think that's really exciting, because they are, right now, they're working 2 years out. So they're working in 2025 right now. So it's so interesting to think about what we're working with now, what we're loving and we're excited about. They've been excited about already for 2 years. So that was really interesting. And then what helps them determine if they want to make a change? They are looking at what we, as customers, as demonstrators, what do we purchase the most? What do we love the most? what do we really not get a lot of love too? There are some that, it probably just is not the most popular color out there. And so they look at that and they look at trends, they look at fashion, they look at home decor, they look at all kinds of different things, and then they look at what are the ones that we are most disappointed when they leave, and we keep talking about it and we wish that they never got rid of yo-yo yellow or ballet blue or something like that from years ago. And so they take all of that into consideration as they're planning what their colors are going to be. Now there's some exciting colors here. There's some exciting ones coming back. Our in colors that are coming are pretty awesome. I really, really like them, and they're colors that I wouldn't normally say are my kind of colors, so it gives you a little bit of a hint what's coming. Okay, so that's what they do when they're thinking about it, and they all sit down. This is months and months and years in the making. So we are at the end result of that. They're excited to be sharing it with us, and I'm excited to be sharing what I learned just since noon today. So I'm working on 3 hours and not quite 15 minutes yet. So let me turn you down and let's get started. Okay, so let's start with let's look at what is retiring. So what I have them all grouped for you in one document here, and then I'm going to show you in this case the colors. So because I have all these colors, so these are the ones that we're saying goodbye to. Okay, so we will not be seeing these colors after after May 1st. And maybe even before that, if Stampin' Up runs out, well, we still have them, but if you want to get any of these colors to add them to your suite of colors, now is the time to do it. Okay, so Saffron, that is our yellow. So it's a very pretty yellow. It's my go-to yellow. I think most of you know I'm a yellow and white and black person. So I'm going to miss this one for sure. So that's So Saffron. Blushing Bride. So we had some comments yesterday about the pinks, and this pink is going. So this is a pink that has quite a lot of gray in it. And Joan, there you go. You said you don't care for it. It's gone. Pear Pizzazz. So this one I really didn't think would be on the chopping block. This has been one of my favorite ones. So remember Certainly Celery? Who remembers that one? And we had that, and then this sort of came out to replace it. And that one's gone. So it's going. Mint Macaron. Okay, now let's be honest, this is not my favorite color. My friend Lillian had to sort of encourage me when it first came out to say, oh, I really like that color. Maybe you should give it a little bit more of a try. So I did, but it's still not my favorite color. Sorry, Lillian. So 2 greens. Then we have Rich Razzleberry. So Rich Razzleberry is hitting the rocks as well. I don't think that's a surprise for most people because it's sort of a purpley pink, doesn't get a huge amount of love from us, mainly because there's Blackberry Bliss, I think, which is a little deeper, richer tone. So that one's tossed. Sahara Sand. I have to say I'm very disappointed about this one. This one is a wonderful neutral. It's a neutral. I use it a lot. Pairs wonderfully with black and white. Pairs really well with vanilla as well. So that one I am going to miss. A very natural kind of color. This one, I could care less about this one. This is Soft Suede. So Soft Suede is a brown. Now, let me know if I'm, saying that this is a color I dislike, I don't really care. Let me know if you're a little bit worried about some of these colors being gone and you're going to stock up before they are gone. So Soft Suede, yeah, I don't really care for it. It's okay. That one can go. Mary Merlot, again, not a color I use a lot, sort of a burgundy-ish kind of color, but not quite as pretty as what our Baroque burgundy was from years ago, not quite as red, a lot of gray in this one. Okay, this one I'm probably going to miss the most. Melissa, I'm with you on the Sahara Sand there. This is Mango Melody, and I realize that this is a color that doesn't appeal to everybody, but this one I am going to miss, which is really surprising to some of my friends who I've crafted with for a long time because they think I'm blues and pinks all the time, but this is my favorite. So that's gone. Bermuda Bay, another one that I am going to miss when it goes. It is a quite a turquoisey green, I guess. And we used this on our live yesterday. So I didn't realize at that point it was going, but it is gone. And then this guy here is the last one that's going to be retired, and that is Pacific Point. So Marilyn, my friend Marilyn, she's on right now. This is her favorite color, her favorite blue, and so she is going to miss this one a lot. I don't tend to use this one very much. It's just a little too almost electric for me for the blue. So those are our 11 colors that we are saying goodbye to. And so let me know how you feel about those, and whether you're okay, I'm more excited to see what's new. Okay, so I wanted to show you those. Now we know these ones. These are the 21-23 in colors, and they are being retired. Okay, so now just for everybody's, just for information, all of these little documents or little images I will have up on my blog tomorrow. So I'm going to have a blog tomorrow all about the colors. It's almost done, but I just need to finalize one more thing so that you can have a printout of all of this. So these in colors we knew would be retiring. So our polished pink, which I was sort of surprised in the last couple weeks to hear that most of you don't like polished pink when it's one of my favorite pinks. Pale Papaya, I'm gonna miss this one for sure. Evening Evergreen, I have to make an order for these tonight because I have a young friend who is getting married, and that is the color she wants. So I'm hoping that not everybody's going to be on the site ordering. Don't anybody order Evening Evergreen in cardstock. Soft Succulent is going as well, and Fresh Freesia. So these ones, they stick around for 2 years and then they are out the door. So let's talk about what's coming back into our lineup. Okay, so our returning in colors, and I showed some of these the other day, yesterday, because I had them in my box, my plastic box, and I have all of these except for one. So Lost Lagoon is one that's coming back. Lost Lagoon is a beautiful grayish, greeny blue, shall we say. It's a really, really pretty color, and I was disappointed when it did go. You can see a little bit more of this right now on the Stampin' Up site if you go there, because it is some of the colors in the current online offering, which is the Irresistible Blooms. So Lost Lagoon is coming back, and then I have all the rest of these. So Pretty Peacock, not a surprise, and a gorgeous color. So this is one that we had one set of in colors ago, shall we say. Blueberry Bushel. So this was, I think, I should have figured out what the dates were. Sorry, I'm not on the ball there. I think these might have been 2019-20. Somebody can correct me if you know the answer to that one. So you can see that color. It's quite it really does look like a blueberry to me, but it's not nearly as bright as that Pacific Point. More a cross between Night of Navy, I think, and Pacific Point. So a real mix right in the middle. The next one is Berry Burst, and this one I'm really happy that it's coming back. This is a really pretty pink. This has been one of our most popular pinks in a long time, and I think this was 2019-20 perhaps. Berry Burst, so it's it's like a magenta kind of color without the real harsh electric kind of tones. Then this was at the same time. Everyone, I think, is going to be so excited to see that Lemon Lime Twist is coming back. And this color really is true here. It's not nearly as bright as our Parakeet Party that we have right now. That one's got a lot of yellow in it. This one has a lot more green, and it's not nearly as dark green as Granny Apple. Granny Apple stayed. So I will do a comparison of all of these kinds of colors to what we currently have, so that you can see that on my blog in the upcoming weeks. The next one, I don't think I can hold these all. The next one is Misty Moonlight. So another pretty blue with a lot of gray in it. And this one here is, if you think Marina Mist, but more blue, for those of you who remember, a little bit more navy-ish kind of color to it. This one here is coming back, and I really liked this one too. And then this was a really short departure. It's coming back, Fresh Freesia. So it's being retired in our in colors right now, but it's coming back, and I'm happy about this one. I have used this one a lot in the last little while. So I want to talk, before I go on to any more colors, I want to talk about stamp pads. So Stampin' Up! In our last go around, so 2018, what they said to us, that's when they brought out this ink pad versus this ink pad. And you can see they're quite a bit different in size. There was a reason for going to this. They wanted it to be stackable. They wanted it to be a smaller size, and they wanted it to be easier to open. So they went to a new one. And there's a lot of investment actually in making either of these cases, these plastic cases. So Stampin' Up! Made the investment in the new one. And at that time, what they told us is that the ink, the chemistry of the ink, I guess, in an ink refill would work if you bought a new ink refill and put it on an old pad. It would be fine. Now, what they're saying, they've actually changed that with looking at history, with doing an evaluation of different stamp pads, and some of you may have had some where the ink gets almost like it gets a real grungy kind of look. Now what Stampin' Up! Is saying is that we don't want to re-ink our old pads with new ink refills. So if you have an old ink refill from before, go ahead, continue to use it. If you have to purchase a new one, they are also suggesting, to ensure longevity of your pad, that you purchase a new style ink pad and the ink refill. So that is a change for them, and I think it's probably it's certainly a well thought out and researched change, and I'm happy to be able to tell you that information, and hopefully we will have a little bit better protection on some of our ink pads. Okay, so those are our returning colors. Okay, so we lost 11. I know you probably didn't have a chance to add, but we lost 11. Here's 7 of them returning. So what does that mean? We have, I think we can all do that one in our head, even me who's an accountant that needs to use a calculator now, is we have 4 brand new colors. These are the 4 colors that are coming out. They are Bubble Bath, and I think, Carolyn, you asked for a pretty pink. And so how they described these to us, and I've just made a few notes here. They described this Bubble Bath as a gentle, softer pink that has a blue undertone. So it's going to be quite different from the other pinks we had. They showed us a little bit of a comparison to Pretty in Pink, that was years and years ago, quite a few of the different pinks, and the one that it was closest to was Pink Pirouette. It was still a little bit different, but if you liked Pink Pirouette, then this one here is going to be really close. Maggie, me too, I'm with you. And Lemon Lolly, I love the name of this one. So it's called Lemon Lolly. And again, they described it as a kiss of sunshine. So isn't that a great way to describe it? So this is a kiss of sunshine, and just think how that will look on some of your cards, especially at this time of year. And in comparison for this one, it is a little bit more like the Barely Banana. Sorry, I just need to turn my notes here. A little bit more like the Barely Banana from, again, years ago, but they said a little bit more cheerful than Barely Banana. So that's a good way to describe it. As Your Afternoon. When I first saw this one, I thought, oh no, that's another like turquoise. It's not. It's called As Your Afternoon, and it's like, I've already said it in the live so far, it's like the old Ballet Blue. So similar, not quite the same, but if you loved Ballet Blue, I think you're going to like the As Your Afternoon. And that's going to be hard to say, I think. It's a rich blue color. There's lots of pigment in it, and it looked extremely pretty. And then I love this one, pecan pie. And you can say pecan pie or pecan pie, however you want. And it is a little bit how they described it, we all need good foundational neutrals, and they found that this color was sort of missing. So they tossed that soft suede. This is coming in, but this has a lot more gold in it than the soft suede does. So it is a really pretty color. It's not cinnamon cider, not nearly as red as that which we had in one of our in colors. So those are our brand new colors, never seen before. Now let's talk about what are the in colors that are coming. Now these are the ones that I said, I'm really happy to see these. And anyone who knows me for a long period of time is saying, what the heck is she talking about? Because she doesn't like those kind of colors. Yes, I do. So what do we have coming up are some really sort of grayish kind of neutral tones. So this is all on trend. This is what we're seeing in colors for paint chips, what we're seeing, and I'm looking at those right now. So I know colors for paint chips and home decor, if you go and look at pillows or bedspreads and things like that, towels, this is what you're going to see. First one's called Copper Clay, and it's here it looks very coppery. And how did they describe this one? Warmer than cinnamon cider is what they said. So not the same as cinnamon cider, but warmed up a little bit. Wild Wheat, the concept artist who showed us some samples made with these, said she at first looked at these and thought, no, that doesn't look like a color I'd ever use. And now it's become one of her favorite colors. And having been a wheat farmer, I can say that that actually does look like wheat, but it looks like ripe wheat to me. So it's at the end of the year when you're just about to harvest it. So it's got lots of green undertones in it, but it's not green. It really is a deep gold brown. So boho blue, we all know what boho blue is. I should have pulled out my Stampin' Mini. Sorry, I didn't. Boho blue, a little bit more gray, and a brighter kind of blue, a lighter blue, I guess we could say, than any of the others that we have. I love this one. Moody Mauve or Moody Mauve. Moody Mauve is a little bit like, I'm thinking a little bit like Rococo Rose that we had a couple of years ago, but not nearly as pink. A lot more gray and even a tiny little bit of brown in here too. So I'm looking forward to playing with that one. And this one I'm really excited about. So it maybe will ease the pain on the Sahara sand for me. This is Pebbled Path. Pebbled Path is a brown gray, but it's a deep tone brown gray. It's not like our basic gray, which is a lot more blue. This one has quite a bit more gray, green undertones in it. So I am excited about these new in colors. I think they really offer a lot of opportunity here to make some different things. And Melissa, yes, very muted colors, not nearly as bright. Now, having said that, let me show you the new color families, because when you have colors leave and you have colors come in, other colors get rearranged. So let's start with the brights. So this is how our brights is going to pan out here. We are going to start with Poppy Parade. Okay, so our Poppy Parade, that's our bright red. Melon Mambo, that's not new. Flirty Flamingo, that's not new. Pumpkin Pie. So Pumpkin Pie moved out of the regals and into the brights where it used to be. So where it was up until 2018. So we've got an orange in here now. We have our Daffodil Delight, that's not new. There's our Lemon Lime Twist, and right beside it our Granny Apple Green. So you can really see how one is a lot more intense than the other. Coastal Cabana is staying, and that Azure Afternoon is going in here, and Berry Burst. So lots of pinks. And you know, I haven't had a chance to think about this, but when I first started with Stampin' Up, our Brights collection, and those were in the days of, it was real red, yo-yo yellow, only orange, pink passion, maybe some other people can remember some of the other colors. And what we always said to people when we were doing a show or at somebody's home is that those were the colors that if you were just starting to stamp, you could buy a set of all of those papers and you would get through every occasion in the year. Now, we have green and we have red, so we've got Christmas covered. Yellow and pink and green, sort of purpley. This is more pink for Easter. Thanksgiving could be your pumpkin pie if you go out on a stretch, and maybe your green. What other holidays? I don't know if you would do these for like a wedding, and I would never probably do these for sympathy, but if you were doing occasions, which is what most people when they first start crafting do, this one maybe will do. I'm going to have to think about that a little bit more. So there's your brights. Here's your neutrals. Mossy Meadow. So Mossy Meadow is staying there. Here's where our Misty Moonlight comes in. Night of Navy staying, yay. Blackberry Bliss moved here from the Regal, so we've got a purple in here now. Early Espresso is staying. Pecan Pie is headed in here, so you can really see the difference in the two colors. Crumb Cake is staying, our Gray Granite, and Smoky Slate and Basic Gray. So now also when we add in that new one, Pebble Path, I think we have a really good coverage on our grays. So I really am enjoying this one. Is sort of a calming one for me. I really enjoy those colors. So do I need to talk much about that one? No, I don't think so. Some of you may be surprised about Gray Granite, that it stuck around and didn't get turfed. I think it just really complements the whole palette here, so that's why it stayed. Let's look at our Regals. So our Regals, we have Cherry Cobbler staying, Real Red staying, Cajun Craze staying, Crushed Curry staying, Old Olive, Garden Green, Shaded Spruce. Those ones are all staying. Then that's where we added in our Pretty Peacock. So we've got a turquoise in there now. The Blueberry Bushel came in right beside it, and our Gorgeous Grape. So we might have every occasion covered here too. I'm going to have to think about that one, because you certainly have your fall here. You've got your Christmas. You can get away probably with Easter, although usually we like a little bit softer for Easter, don't we? So there you go. Those ones are our new Regals, and then these are our subtles. So our subtles, Petal Pink, which I know, I think I had several people, it might have been Kathy, say not the pink that she likes. She couldn't even remember the name of it. But Petal Pink is staying, and I think it's because it has that orangey, flesh-colored undertone. Calypso Coral staying. Lemon Lolly is slotting in here in place of So Saffron. Soft Seafoam. I have to say I hardly use this one, but I can really see how it makes this palette work. Lost Lagoon is in here. Pool Party's not changing. Balmy Blue, Highland Heather. Those are all the same. But then we slot in our last two, which are Fresh Freesia and Bubble Bath. So I'm looking forward to playing with these colors, especially as it'll be probably one of the first things I do when we get our new colors, because we'll get them for April and May. Okay, any questions at all? I've sort of been watching the comments there, but if you have any questions, put them into the comments. So these, for customers, all of these colors will be, I'm gonna turn this upside down here. All of these colors will be available to you on May 2nd. Okay, as demonstrators, we can start ordering on April 4th, so next week. Now, if you would love to be in on that, you can just send me an email at joe@designwithjoe.ca, because I can get you set up. I know who to talk to, because if you want to get the latest stuff, you want to get in on it right away, maybe you want to do your Easter, you could, you probably, no, be too quick for Easter to get it, but maybe you want to do some spring crafting, you can do that. Now, who would like to see the catalog? Oh, Gail asks, can I show my picture of Bright? I've been throwing them on the floor. Let me see if I can find it. Here it is. Yes, I can, Gail. Here is the Brights. Okay, so You can take a look there. So Poppy Parade, Melon, Flirty, Pumpkin, Daffodil, Lemon Lime, Granny Apple, Coastal Cabana, Azure, and Berry Burst. So there you go. And again, all of these will be up on my blog tomorrow, and you will be able to print these off so that you have a copy. Okay. Oh, I'm glad you like that, Edith. Thank you. Okay, does anybody want to see the front of the new catalog? All I have is a picture. I don't have the catalog. I'm hoping to get mine relatively soon, but give me some hearts if you think that's what you'd like to do. Otherwise, we'll just move on to the what's retiring. Let me just see if I see any. I see a thumbs up. Oh, there's a heart. Thumbs. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Okay. Well, it is in the style. Let me just pull it out here. It is in the style of this mini catalog. Okay, so it's in that kind of style, but I like it better because I wasn't so sure about this catalog. But here we go. Here is, I'm going to be slow. Oh, there we go. So that is the cover of the annual catalog. So here we're seeing their new colors. So color refresh. There's the lemon lolly. I think that's Lost Lagoon, probably Blueberry Bushel, or it might be Azure Afternoon. This is our bubble bath. I think this is Berry Burst, or this might be Berry Burst. This is probably the mauve, Moody Mauve, I'm thinking. So this is our annual catalog. You're going to see flowers on the front of it. And we did see some of the samples from the catalog today, just really quick. And they were beautiful, just like they normally are. I have not had time to really look through the new annual catalog. That will be my job for tonight, although it's not really a job. But now what I want to do is I want to talk a little bit about what's retiring. And I want to tell you about some of the surprises that at least they were a surprise to me. Okay, so here's our annual catalog. This is the catalog that we are working with right now. I always put a clear, and you can see why, because I've got all kinds of glue on it on top of my catalog. I coil bind them, and I coil bind them for myself and anybody who wants one that lives around Red Deer, because I can get them done for a discount. So if you would like to get in on the new annual catalog and you're not currently currently a customer of mine, I'd be happy to send you one. I just ask for you to pay the postage on it, and you can still reserve up until tomorrow, I think I said. So just send me a message here and let me know, or put it even into the comments, just your name, don't put your address or anything, and then I will contact you. So all I had was a time to sort of go through and mark what was being retired. And what I do when it's being retired is I go through the catalog and I put a little R beside the things. Make sure you can see that. Beside the things that are being retired. Can everybody see that? Is that sort of in good? Not too bad? Okay, so for instance, all of the collections that you see on the left of the pages, sometimes they will all be retired. And that's because usually the paper goes, in this case, so are the little cards going. But in this particular one, so is this stamp set. So that one is going. Now I'm not going to go through all of the catalog, but what I have on my site right now, so you can go to www.designwithjo.ca and you can print off a list. I have taken it, and as the majority of my customers are English speaking, I have taken the list, I've made it bigger so that we don't need a microscope to read it, and I've all the English or the blank is on here. There's no French. If you would like a French version, please let me know and I can update that for you. But everything is here, and how you read these, they sometimes put little asterisks, okay? That's always, whoops, I don't need that one. That's always at the back. So there's all the little asterisks and what they mean. Sometimes it says that a bundle is being retired, but not everything. So we'll see it come back in the new catalog. So it's really important that you take a look, because for instance, this whole bundle, this whole suite is going. But let me find another one where the bundle, this one here, the bundle is going. This Sending Smiles, but The bundle will not be available, so if you wanted to get it for 10% off, you want to get it now before May 1st. But the stamp set and the dies will both continue in the next catalog. You just won't get your 10% off. So it's 10% off, so $67.50 is what the bundle price is, but it's $30 for the stamp set, and it is it must be $45 for the dies. So when you get them together now, up until the end of really the end of April, you'll get them for $67.50. So it is a great deal. So if you like them, go ahead and do that. Okay, and how you will see that marked here. Here's the Sending Smiles bundle, and it has 3 asterisks. And when you get to 3 over here, it says, while the items in these bundles are not retiring, they will no longer be available in a bundle after the 1st of May. So this is the list you want to go and you want to print off, and then maybe do something like I do, and then go back and see whether there are things that you wanted to add to your list that will no longer be available. But what I thought I would do for you, so I have a list for the annual catalog, and there's a list for the mini catalog, so you can print off both of them. Okay, so it's on my blog right now. You go to www.designwithjo.ca, just J-O, and if you just /blog, but you just go there, and it's the one that's right up there for you to read and to, there's not much reading actually. This one is just print it off and go to town. Now, what I do want to do is show you what's going. Now, the one thing, let me just arrange here. The one thing I want to tell you that it was a huge surprise for all of us. The Stamparatus is being retired. Now, the Stamparatus, it's not that it's not a usable and an excellent tool for your stamping. It's that Stampin' Up is, there was another company, of course, that manufactured a stamp positioner tool previous to this. How the Stamparatus, for those of you who don't know, came to be is that there were a bunch of demonstrators, it was called Leader to Leader, who designed this based on what they felt was maybe lacking in some of the other stamp positioners out there. So there are some legal issues now, and so Stampin' Up usually always does the right thing. They are pulling the Stamparatus. So what does that mean for you? If you need any of the grid papers, if you need a foam mat, but especially if you need some magnets because yours are broken, you're going to want to get them now. I will continue to use my Stamparatus. It's something I will not get rid of. So you might want to think about that for yourself. It is an excellent, excellent tool. As you've seen, most of us demonstrators use it. But I do want to tell you that's going. The other 2 things that I'm extremely disappointed about, the layering circle dies are going. So these are all the different sizes that you can get, and they have the perfectly nested scallops. Those are going. So if you don't have them yet, get them. Okay, and these dies, when they're gone, it's while supplies last. Dies especially. Well, really everything at this point. And the rectangle stitched framelits. This is what they were old. I have the old ones, but I think they're called stitched rectangle dies now. They are also going. So these, many of you know that I do a sale usually in the summer. I won't be selling these. These to me are staples that everybody should have in their craft area. So those ones are gone. Now let me show you everything of mine that is going. Okay, so here's 1. And here's 2. Now these are just stamps and dies. Okay, so let me show you. I'm just going to pull them out and show you. The Amazing Silhouettes and the Amazing Thanks, gone. Art Gallery, Floral Gallery, gone. Now some of these are fantastic for lots of different occasions, so you might want to think about that. We figured this one was going to go. Butterfly Brilliance and Brilliant Wings dies, going to be gone. That's a beautiful one. This one is one that will also stay in my stash for sure. Maybe even the butterflies. Celebrate Sunflowers and the Sunflowers dies. This is just a gorgeous die right here. But the whole set, Let's Celebrate You, thanks a bunch. I just love this one. So that one's going. Here's the one I talked about already, Cup of Tea. These are just in alphabetical order, and the dies that go along with it. Dragonfly Garden will be gone. I didn't see if maybe someone who's already seen, I didn't notice if the Dragonfly Punch. We don't have a Dragonfly Punch. Forget that. Forget what I was just saying. Eden's Garden is gone, and this one I think is 60% off. So this one is a great deal. The Flowering Tulips, gone, and there have been some beautiful, beautiful cards made with this. Perfect for this time of year too, with Happy Mother's Day coming up and tulips for spring. Forever Fern, this one I am going to miss an awful lot, and this one will stay in my stash too. I won't be selling this. This is a when have you ever not seen a card that you just love that has leaves on it? So that one is staying. Happiness Abounds, this is the one on the front of the catalog. So it only stayed around. Beautiful sayings. I love these sayings. Great dies, mostly shape dies that go around your flowers. Gone. Inspired Thoughts. Great for different sayings. That one is also going to be gone. The prices, you have to look, Peggy, on the on that list, that last chance list that I had here. I didn't have a chance to actually look and see. Some of these may be on sale. The dies may be on sale. I don't know if the stamp sets would be on sale. So you just have to check. They may be on a discount and they may not. I just didn't have time to look. The Let's Set sale. So this as well as the punch. Let me find the punch. I didn't pull out the punch. Okay, so this punch, great for guy cards. That one is gone. I'll put that over there. Lovely You, I use this one a lot. This one had, I love solid stamps, and so this one I used and used and used. Haven't used it lately, but I did use it a lot. Nature's Harvest, going to be gone. So this one has lots of detailed dies and very pretty. This one is great for sending thoughts, sending healing thoughts. May nature's beauty bring peace to your soul. So there's lots of wonderful things there. Nothing's better than, oh, I lost the dies somewhere. I did have them. They're somewhere here. Oh, well, I'll find them when I don't want them, probably. This guy's going, but it has word dies for coffee, cookies, cocktails, and chocolate. This one is a fun one, like, you know, today's plan, consume chocolate or cocktails, or because adulting is hard, how many young parents would love a card like that? The sale starts on, the discounts start on Tuesday, Melissa. So they start on Tuesday. But just to let you know that because the retiring list is going out now, and as good demonstrators, we are telling all of our customers that there's no guarantee that any of this stuff will stay in stock. So if there's something you really, really want, I would say go ahead. Did you even see that? Did I pull them too far? I'm sorry. If there's something you really, really want, then I would say get it now before there's a chance that it is going to sell out. If you're not so worried about it, and you'll see that the discount on it, if you're not so worried about it, then you wait until the 4th. Now, some of these will not have a discount though, too. So they're just regular price. So again, you might want to get them now. So that's one set. And here we go. Here's some more. Oh, there it is. There's the Love You More Than dies. So it goes around the cocktail and the coffee and the cookie. Then we have Painted Poppies. So this one has been around for a while. This one has a set of dies that goes with it as well. And then, before I get to the Party Puffins, this one here was a set that coordinated with the Painted Poppies. They all sort of went together as well as the dies. I never did get the dies for the poppies, but that one is going. This one here is a great one for labels. So that one's out of here. Party Puffins, so a really cute one of my favorites. It's going. Shaded Summer, this one also is going to be staying in my stash, mainly because of the words. I love this too, but mainly the words. So this one, the shadows, the dies were originally a celebration item, and then to match the stamp set, and then they were brought into the annual catalog, so that is a great one. I just used this one for the first time, I think it was second time. This one is going. So if you have a fella in your life, it doesn't have to be a fella even. If you have someone who maybe appreciates old-fashioned cocktails or loves whiskey, well, that is being a dad is whiskey business. You could probably do whiskey business just by itself. Then this is a great set. So that set is going. Now, some of the punches that are going, there's a lot. There's a lot of punches. Let me get my catalog back. Where did I put it? Here it is. I just want to show you and then I'll get to the mini and then we'll be done. I don't want to keep you any longer. That over there. So if we go to the punches, which are right at the back here, you're going to see all my R's. Okay, so the fish builder is going. The vintage bottle is staying. Sailboat, that is the one that's going. Lovely labels, pick a punch is going. Our daisy, we're getting rid of our daisy. So the medium daisy is going. The 2 heart punch pack. Oh yeah, there's the dragonfly. It's staying. Rectangular postage stamp. Label me fancy. I'm going to miss this one. Label me lovely is going. Flowers and leaves. Starlit. Like there's just tons of them. Over here, the evergreen border is going, the jar, the essential tag, the whale, the tulip, and the deer. So there's a lot of punches. So if you love punches, then you want to pick those up, and they might even be on discount. So how you can tell if they're on discount is, let's just see. A lot of the dies. Look at this. So I don't even know which ones, but a lot of the dies are on discount. So let's see, the pretty pillow box dies that I used the last couple of weeks, now 40% off of $47. So that's a pretty good deal. Majestic Mountain is 60%. Palms, Floral Gallery are 60%. Eden dies are 60%. This one is the Seaside Shells. Like there's some great deals here. Embossing folders, lots of those going too. So you really do need to pour over this. Okay, let me show you a very, very quick what I'm losing in the mini, and then I'm going to let you go. Okay, so, here's some of the dies going. Beautiful shapes. Fancy frames. I have a card coming out next week with this, so you can see it a little bit more. Picture this. There's the pretty pillow box, so 40% off for that guy. Rugged icons. I have done a couple things with this, but I haven't played with it very much. I may keep this one because my brother is quite a fisherman. Split card textures. So if you've been waiting on this one, you're going to want to get it. Okay, get it earlier rather than late, because I think that people thought, well, it just came into the catalog this year, but you may want to pick that one up right away. And Stitched Greenery, one of my favorites. That one's going as well. Okay, you probably see here's a few things out of the mini, and these I was doing at like 3 minutes to 3, so I probably missed something. Conversation Bubbles and the dies. Those will not be returning. So these are the spring mini, so you have until the end of April. Decorative Borders. This was a stamp set. I have not even used it, so that is going. Hand-drawn dots. This is fun. I have used this. I have it on a couple cards, but I don't even think that I've shown it much, so I'm going to have to. And the Love Cats. I didn't think this one would stick around because it usually Valentine's don't, so that one is going. But some of the other ones, like Playing in the Rain, Sentimental Park, those ones are going. Are staying rather. Dainty Delight bundle is staying. I think that's it. Okay, how about I leave you with a picture of what? The annual catalog, which is on the floor. It's one that I can see. So I'm going to leave you with that. Now, if you want to do any shopping right now, I do have that special still going on. So I will send you a tutorial for these cards. So this guy is retired. This one isn't, and this one isn't, but I'll send you the tutorial with a $75 order right now. And so we will go ahead and do that. And if you want to shop with me, which I would really appreciate, thank you very much, you can just go to designwithjoe.ca/host March 23. So thank you everybody for joining in. Thank you for coming. I will post on my blog tomorrow. Also, you want to head on over to my blog because I have blog candy right now, but only until noon tomorrow. So I want to see all of your names with a comment attached to it because you could be entered into the draw to win. Okay, there's where you want to go, www.designwithjo.ca. Okay, thanks everybody. Have a great evening and we will see you again. Bye-bye.